Good afternoon to Dr. Sharizal. Today, we are from Barakins 98, have developed a strategic marketing plan. The company that we have chose is Grab. Next slide, please. As for the starting out with the executive summary, Grab is basically a leading technology company that offers many rides, and it's basically a transportation services varying from five-seater cars to seven-seater cars and whatnot. So it is discovered that Grab will have a competition advantage over the with other transportation service as well. So in this report, we have came out with a strategic marketing plan that will actually gain helps Grab to gain more market share. As for the introduction, Grab is basically known as My Taxi, and it is founded by the former Harvard School students named Anthony Tan and Tang Hoi Lin in 2012. So its mission is to solve real-time traffic congestion problems, and it is also advance of ride hailing platform that Grab offers, establishing a group of loyal customers. But since then, it has given a continuous progression where it's expanded to 7 different countries and 14 cities with trusted service with quality. So now,
Data analysis and PEST analysis. PEST analysis is a method that's used for major variables such as political, economic, social, cultural, and technological to evaluate the macroeconomic climate. Political stability is crucial as it impacts great survival as well as transparency and equalities. This adds to the Malaysian GDP level effect on the economy with great contributions to improve the transportation service sector. Great explore opportunities to fix the growth in the fleet of cars will affect the atmosphere with carbon emission. Malaysia is referred to as Research and Development Center spending, which gives PEST the advantage of readily available capital and stable infrastructure. Next page. For the industry analysis, the portfolio process is a method used to evaluate the level of competition in the industry and to develop and tailor a competitive business strategy to suit the organization based on their strength and weakness. For the first, we can see that the threat of new entrants. The threat of new entrants is currently low due to the strong brand establishments in the local market. Next, the second is the bargaining power of supplier. Suppliers are divided into two categories, technology IT suppliers and the partners in collaborations or investments. And the third is the intensity of rivalry. The threat of rivalry is high as there are many ride-hailing apps that function in the same flow of Grab has execute. And the third is the threat of substitute products. The threat of substitute towards the Grab is mediocre due to the low cost of suspension to its consumers and the availability of other transportation options. And the next is the bargaining power of the consumers. The bargaining power of the buyer for Grab is low because the Grab is already providing the cheapest rates in comparison to the local taxis and the suppliers. For the next page. SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis reflects that the Grab has established a strong brand recognition across Southeast Asia. Grab has successfully differentiated themselves from its competitors with high quality of the service standards, and the user-friendly technologies. For the winners, the grid is heavily dependent on their developers to resolve any technical glitches. And the next is the opportunities. Grid should seek opportunities to improve and to avoid the unnecessary disputes. Next is the threats. Grid should focus on mitigating the threats that are faced, especially such as pricing strategies and the branding equity to reduce the potential threats.
First is creating brand awareness. This is to improve visibility and customer awareness of Grab company to attend lists, which will increase revenue. The strategies is by develop an advertising calendar. This calendar should include the advertising channels and the months the Grab company will run and the costs associated with each advertising venue. The calendar can serve as a tool for measuring value versus cost of each venue. This information will be useful in creating successful future advertising campaigns. Besides, Grab company also can create awareness by using advertising channels such as direct mail, trade show, yellow page, newspaper, magazine, radio, television, outdoor advertising, email advertising, and enhanced personal selling. Second marketing objective is the focus on target market. For example, by increase in promotional activities and roadshows by 15% to test if the Grab car running company is feasible. Third is enhance customer relations by conduct activities for both drivers and passengers together and gathering feedback. Next is customer retention. Grab company can provide promotional costs and special festive code as part of loyalty rewards system. Lastly is enter new market locally. Is by introductions of new services such as coach services catering to a bigger group. Now,
Grab's marketing strategy, their target market can be divided into two, which is primary and secondary. In terms of age, their primary target is between 25 to 50 years old. Meanwhile, for secondary, is between the age 18 to 24 years old. Grab aims both female and male as their target market. Next, in terms of income, Grab's primary target is the middle to moderate high income customer, and their secondary target market is from low to middle income customer. For occupation, Grab targets self-employed working adults, unemployed adults, and retired for primary target market. But however, for secondary target market, they aim for students, part-timers, and also working adults. Fifth, in terms of psychographic, their primary target market are usually the ones that are self-actualizer, innovator, esteem seeker, and strivers. But however, the secondary target market is more to adventurer, contented, conformist, extrovert, and sociable type of person. And last but not least, Grab covers all areas in Malaysia when it comes to geographic. As you can see from the graph below, it shows that Grab is located at the left side as it is more convenient and has an affordable price compared to other competitors.
For the marketing mix, we can divide to three. The first one is product. In product classification, the product type of Grab car is a transportation service. The main sources are Grab application, which is the Grab apps, and the driver and his or her car. While the feature are economy to premium, fixed fare, personal accident insurance, and quality drivers. Next slide. So this is the product life cycle PLC of the business. The stage one is introduction. So in introduction, owing to the launch of new service, the growth of sales is relative slow and has yet to achieve recognition. Its minimum gains and are seen because of high cost spent on introducing and releasing the service. And it followed up by the stage 2, which is grow. It increased awareness of primary and secondary target audience, and also the number of bookings benefit the grow, increase in awareness of brands. And next is maturity. It considers reservation volume, slow rise in growth in revenues, profit are expected to increase or dislike in market rate due to unfavorable figures resulting from activities. Implement a scheme of incentives to keep committed clients and penetration of customer with new service. The last is dislike. It dislike in revenue and earning due to high running costs, consumer brand switching, and is the chance of great business exit. Grab is analyzed to be in the maturity stage. Why why the launch of new service Grab car will be classified under the introduction stage. Growth in itself require a longer period and minimal profit are also expected due to large expenses spent. Next slide. So in product level, it can divide by 5. The first one is cost benefit. The cost benefit of Grab car is to provide consumer with comfortable rides at an affordable price. The booking of rides take an advantage of 4 minutes for waiting time, applicable to all area in Malaysia. It has free, it is free and suitable for daily transportation, especially where consumers are rushing for hour. And the second is basic product. The Grab car come with feature that allow consumer to have access to the feature of upgrading from an economy ride to a premium ride, fixes fare, personal accident insurance, as well as driver with quality. The third is expected product. The Grab car is a flash concept, which is relatively new to the consumer in the market. The thought of being chose feature in system provided by various marketing form will set the expectation of consumer high. And the third is augmented product. GrabCar will set apart from competitor with cutting edge factors such as ethnical value, CSR, and strategic alliance. They are formed with major companies. For example, the strategic alliance with Singtel is in collaborating the launch of mobile wallet to pay for the ride. And the last one is potential product. It is expanded that in the future, Grab will introduce new service that will implement mini iPads in the cars for consumer to watch video, catch up on their television series, as well as listening to music. And the company can also investigate providing the consumer with a disposable code. Next slide. Next slide. And the second marketing mix is place. It divides to two, which is market exposure and product distribution and the transportation requirement. For market exposure and product distribution, upon the launch of the Grab car, Grab will focus on targeting areas such as shopping mall, town area, office area, industrial area, and the airport. Grab will further investigate the statistics of complete rise into the top few frequently traveled to destination. And for the transportation requirement, the license to perform a commercial ride such as Grab car will require the driver to be a Malaysian or a permanent resident. The driver must be at least 21 years old of age and a minimum of at least 2 years of experience. The vehicle that are used to perform the service to be fit for its purpose and free of any damage. In addition, the vehicle must be legally owned by the driver or a legally registered of that vehicle use. Next. And the last marketing mix is promotion. It divides to direct marketing, advertising plan, and social media marketing. For the direct marketing, Grab use direct marketing to sell the service through the mobile application platform to the consumer rather than a third party. Grab can establish a relationship with the consumer by having a direct point of contact through phone number and email. For advertising plan, Grab will tap into the unconscious mind of consumer that desire a premium experience. It will use various advertising means such as television commercial, newspaper, a public poster put up in bus stop and train station, and the use of social media platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter to capture the target market audience increase increase Grab brand awareness through share post. One example can be seen when Grab has created a hashtag community for the consumer to share and interact with their experience with Grab. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Okay, for the control, the table shows the implementation activities that will be done by our group. The task is marketing plan, develop the new service, developing advertisement, market research activities, social media adverts, and launch of Grab car. For control, there are two plans being used by Grab that are contingency plan and evaluation of plan. For contingency plan, the contingency plan is to seek for technological advancement, improving the service launch, aimed to recapture the heart of consumers. This is perceived to be most effective ways and should be any failures arising from the design and will cause Grab to incur a huge amount of losses. For the evaluation plan, the evaluation of technology has changed everyone's life, even from the simplest daily transportation needs. So this marketing plan uses a variety of marketing strategies which results can be measured through the rates of successful rides and expected revenue and as analyzed above. Okay, that's all.